Good evening. Welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. We begin tonight with news in track and field. Former National Female Sportswoman of the Year, Makiba Alcid, will give the keynote address at this year's Elite Track and Field Club Award Ceremony. The award ceremony, which is held every year in January, recognizes the exploits of athletes of one of St. Lucia's longest existing sports clubs. The classy event, which rewards both academic and athletic achievements of members of the club over the last year, will be held on Saturday, January 6, 2018 from 7 p.m. Makiba, a former student of St. Joseph's Convent and world-class multi-event athlete, will be following the likes of Olympian Janelle Shaper in delivering the address to the next generation of world-class athletes. The event will be held at the Bay Gardens Resort under the theme, Your Success is Your Responsibility. St. Lucia Sports Online and DBS will be covering this event and will provide all the pictures and highlights to our faithful followers. Well, football action continues with the knockout stages of the ever-exciting Caribbean Alliance Veterans Football Tournament. After commencing with 20 teams, the competition is now down to the last 16. On Saturday, January 13th, the Larissus playing field in the Mabia Valley will come alive with the exciting kickoff of the Flow Plate Championships. At 6 p.m., Trevor Cadet and the BTC All-Stars will come up against a three-time Gold Cup Veterans champions VSADC, featuring Gabriel Mitchell. At 8 p.m., Trevor Henry and Marsha Veterans will take on former champions Carriacou Masters. Wow, VS and Carriacou Masters in plate. Now, on Sunday, 14th January, from 5 p.m., Labrie Veterans will come up against the Flow Lancers. Then at 7 p.m., Vieux-Fort North will take on Labouie Connections. Lots of prizes will be available at the venue. Veterans football, you got to be in it to win it. Still in football, the Free Kick Foundation held a college player showcase at the Saab playing facility on Saturday morning. Footballers from around the island showed up to show their skill and get a better idea of what colleges will be looking out for when they hit St. Lucian shores early this year. We spoke with Daniel Francis, who is one of the directors of the Free Kick Foundation.
What we are seeing here today is the first of two tryouts ahead of our college player showcase that is tentatively scheduled for the 11th to the 14th of January 2018. This is the second time we are really putting on the showcase, which is really our key event for the year. We do other things. We offer scholarships at both the primary and secondary level education. We also do tournaments during the Easter, both in St. Lucia and in Dominica. So yes, we are far-reaching as far as youth development is concerned.
Well, a number of scouts will be on island to select individuals who possess a balance of skill and the requisite academic achievement to award those scholarships. Mr. Francis spoke to the partnering agencies who aided in the successful pursuit of this venture.
Very gracious and thankful that the other partners are on board in the SLFA, who are primarily providing all the technical assistance to make this thing happen. They were on board with us the first year and they are on board again with us this year. And of course, the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. We could not have done that without those two agencies who have really gone out of the way to make sure this happens. As you know, there's a very high price in bringing down about 8 to 10 US-based coaches over a 4-day period. And together, Free Kick, the SLFA and the ministry are really making it happen.
In our interview, Mr. Francis delved into a little bit more about the day's proceedings.
Today's technical activities are really being managed by 11 of the best coaches that are in fact affiliated to the SLFA. It has been done under the auspices, or should I say, under the guidance of Coach Vaso, who comes with a wealth of experience and knowledge, and that is manifested today in the way we've set up. We've really improved from the first time we've done this. In speaking to some of the kids, I observe a bit of nervousness, you know, even going through the drills. I noted something like some of the technique was poor, and that really captures what we are trying to do as far as the tryouts is concerned.
A number of these individuals were successful in achieving scholarships to universities, to American universities. This has brought about additional interest from other islands in joining this program.
This year, we understand that because of the success of the previous college showcase, there's an interest from Barbados, Trinidad, Grenada, St. Vincent, and of course Dominica. Dominica was on board last year, and while we sent out an invitation to most of the OECS, you know, like everything you start the first time, people are apprehensive about its success. I remember the SLFA president challenging us to get 5 offers in our first year, and we got 19 offers. 10 of these offers were taken up. 10 of these kids are presently, you know, attending US-based universities.
The showcase will move to the next set of trials on January 6, 2018. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, West Indies asked to search deep inside their heart. Welcome back. Windies coach Stuart Law has called for serious soul-searching following a disastrous tour of New Zealand that ended with a crushing T20 defeat at Bay Oval on Wednesday. Well, a record 119-run thrashing at the hands of the hosts brought the curtains down on a miserable tour of the Pacific, which saw the team lose 7 straight games. Sad. The Windies opened up with losses in 2 test matches, followed by 3 ODI losses and 2 T20 losses. The massive T20 defeats were particularly painful for the current World T20 champions. Despite the loss of a few key players ahead of the series, Law believes the team could have done better. We need to do a lot of hard work, planning and understanding. That means some soul searching by looking in the mirror and asking if we gave it everything to change the game, get into the game and win the game, Law said. Well, New Zealand thrashed West Indies in every game played on this tour and got back to the #1 spot in the ICC World Rankings in the process. Well, Royal Challengers Bangalore RCB have opted against retaining West Indies star batsman Chris Gayle for the upcoming Indian Premier League season. Wow. There were serious doubts that the 38-year-old West Indian would be among the 3 players retained by RCB when the franchises released their list of protected players on Thursday. But when the list was finalized, the T20 record run scorer was indeed omitted, with the team opting to keep Indian captain Virat Kohli, of course, and South African superstar AB de Villiers, along with uncapped Sarfaraz Khan. Wow. Although the big left-hander will now head to the auction block for the January 27th IPL draft in Bangalore, he could still be retained under the franchise's right-to-match option. But this option also seems unlikely based on the player's recent form and injury troubles. Well, Gayle, who was drafted in 2011 by the Bangalore franchise, had a subpar last couple of seasons where he played 19 matches in total and only managed to score 447 runs. Wow. Well, Serena Williams has turned down the offer of a wild card to Sydney International ahead of an expected Australian Open defense. The 23-time Grand Slam champion has not played competitive tennis since triumphing in Melbourne. That was 12 months ago when she was pregnant with her first child. Well, Williams, who lost an exhibition match to Jelena Ostapenko in Abu Dhabi last weekend, has not yet committed to playing. But tournament director Craig Tiley spoke of his confidence that the 36-year-old will compete. She's taken a decision that she wants to focus fully on a defense of the Australian Open, and we've got to respect that, Robertson said. She's got to ease herself back in. Having a child is a big thing. Well, the Australian Open gets off on Monday, January 15th, 2018. Well, finally, Arsenal and Chelsea, they played to a 2-2 draw on Wednesday in the English Premier League.
Центральну зону, тут хороша передача, Вілшер завдає удару, м'яч у сітці! Поспіль програти лондонське дербі. Дивимося повтор, тут серія рикошетів була, і Вілшер, але з другої спроби таки обіграв удар, і м'яч у сітці! Маркос Алонсо забув.
Well, the result keeps Chelsea in the 3rd place behind Manchester City and Manchester United, while Arsenal remain in 6th place behind Tottenham. Well, last sports, the DBS News continues after the break.